still?
A little bit.
Oh wait, no, not on that one. Let me make sure. The other one went too.
All right.
Tony, carry the show for a minute.
Carry the show. I got the show.
Didn't I do this to you last time?
You did do this to me last time. It's not live on our Facebook, so. All right. So would I hit end live on here?
Hold on. Let me just make sure.
It looks like it's going.
Is it live on? I'll know in a second.
We're live.
No, it's live.
It's live. We are live. So we got one person watching, and that's probably this PC right here. Oh, there we go. Then we have one person watching us.
All right.
So here we go. So, hey, everybody. This is Tony White and Dan
Wise. Did you not know my last name?
No, I
did.
did.
You forget?
I was waiting. No, I was waiting
Bullshit.
for you. It says right there, dude. It's all over your shirt. It's all everywhere. I was waiting for you to introduce yourself. So, hey, everybody. This is Tony. We're going to do a business live broadcast.
We're going to do this every week, right?
Every week, every Thursday. So every Thursday, we in our Facebook community group, we allow businesses to self-promote. And there's a couple of reasons for that. We don't want them to do it during the week because that's not what the group is about. We are all about, obviously, local businesses, local events and everything. We do want our local entrepreneurs to be able to self-promote to our members, but we also want to make sure that it doesn't become spam. So therefore, we only do it on Thursdays. And we came up with this idea starting today. That starting on Thursdays, we are going to do a live broadcast. I hope you can still hear me there. Anyway,
I'll be over there in a second.
No problem.
Some technical problem.
Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to start doing broadcasting on local businesses on Thursdays. So if you're a local business and you've seen them in the group that they'll post like we did today, promote your local business, and people will comment in the comments and they'll put their websites or their Facebook groups or whatever it is that they do locally. And what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing these people on. So hopefully we can sit there and have a conversation with these people, with these local business owners, and they can jump onto a Facebook Live. They can do self-promotion. And what would be pretty cool, what our grand idea is to be able for them to even do live on their phone. So, hey, show us what you're doing. Show us your work. Are you a restaurateur? Are you cooking right now? Are you a chef? And you're on our Facebook group? Why don't you bust out your phone, go live, show us a little meal, man. Cook up something. Do you do carpet cleaning? Let's see it, man. Bring it. What we want to do is start promoting. We're going to start talking about people in the local businesses only on Thursdays. That's what this is. It's just a breakout of our normal podcast. So this is just a Facebook Live, and it's on YouTube Live. It's on other live networks as well. And what we want to do is promote our local Yakima community, local businesses, shop local, and have conversations with all the local business owners. So it's for those who are not afraid to jump on and actually have a conversation with us. All you got to do is let us know you want to come in. So what we'll do is I'm going to scoot over here and I'm going to share a link, and I'm going to post a link inside our on the Facebook post, so people can actually, if they want to come on live, they can click on that.
Oh, so like people can join us like live right now?
Yeah, people can join us live right now.
Oh boy. I like doing this in Yakima and not in Florida where I'm from, because I'd probably have a bunch of Park Narc Dan enemies jump on and just talk shit. So what, you're going to post the link on StreamYard right now?
Yeah, so I'm going to scoot over here for a second.
Scoot over. Tony. Like we can see Tony on the widescreen. Look at the master at his craft right now. But I think it'd be fun to showcase businesses too, like have like a business of the month. And maybe we should make it where people vote for like the best business of the month. It's mom and pop type businesses, people that are really out there putting in the work, putting in the effort. Because you know what's funny? I've noticed this a lot. Did you post it?
No, I don't know Mac. You have Mac, I do PC. How do I paste?
You want me to see? Do you have the Facebook, or where's it at?
I copied it.
Okay, copy, and then go and then control, which is
control.
Control V. Did you click on it down there?
Yeah. Control. You guys in picture, right?
Did it work? You want to pass it over to me?
I will.
Okay, Tony's gonna hand over the controls. All right, so we want to copy this. You just want to copy this and drop it right in the live chat, right?
Yep.
All right, so copy. Here we go. I meant to say command, not control.
That's why.
It's
Command.
control on a PC.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, there you go. But what was I saying? So I was saying, so businesses,
Highlight.
you've got somebody that says, hey, my name's Tony White. I just started a brand new business, pressure cleaning, whatever. It's like fucking crickets. Nobody wants to reach out to you. Nobody wants to give you any credit. But if you're like, hey, my name's Tony White and I just took a brand new job at Walmart. Oh, congratulations. Good job. Everybody congratulates you. And I think it has a lot to do with entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was, you wouldn't have workers. So sometimes I think people get a little like, almost like they want to see you fail,
Yeah,
of
course.
and that's what entrepreneur underdog empowerment, all those ideas of people that go above and beyond to make their businesses work. So if you've got a business out there and your friends and family aren't promoting you and people aren't liking your videos or liking your content, I would say don't give up. You just got to push harder and harder and harder.
Oh, you should never give up, because if I gave up for every time I had somebody down on me or look down on me or give me criticism, they want you to fail. But what makes you successful is you not giving up. I mean, that's what it really does divide between those who make it and those who don't. Right?
So I see people commenting, right? How come I'm not seeing them on the Facebook? Are you only on Facebook? Oh, you're on different.
No, I'm on different numbers as well.
Okay.
So, see, this one sounds great, Tony.
Tony, how about you use that microphone?
Well, I just gotta get closer. Then I gotta bring this closer.
There you go. See, it doesn't have a wire connected.
Oh my gosh,
Tony,
man.
you're so
It's
old.
A wireless
you still think phones have cords to them, huh?
They do.
Are you the same age as me? How old are you?
This is on the air and recorded. I'm not going to.
You're not a woman. No. Only women complain about. To women, I can't say that in 2023. Dan and Tony canceled.
Beep.
How old are you though? You're 40, 50s or 40s?
Oh, that's good. I'll be 51 this year.
51. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come September. Yeah.
All right, we're close.
Big 5-1.
I'll be 45 this year.
Oh yeah, we're close.
We're close.
We're close.
Dad.
Yeah, son.
So,
but yeah, so this is what we'll be doing too. I mean, we have Mike on here. Mike is a friend of mine who is a fellow podcaster. He's huge in podcasting.
Is Mike local?
So, Mike is not local. Forgive me, Mike, but I don't remember where he's from, but he's not in Washington State.
Okay.
So we just met through other networks of podcasting, and we spent some time together too. And take that off.
And that's what's beautiful is in the world we live in today, that you don't have to be local. I mean, you got to be local if you want to come into this bomb ass Wise Media Group studio.
Yeah.
But you could still virtually come into the studio and we can pop you up on that screen right there and you can have your face displayed right there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at
Dude.
Dan and Tony. We'd make a good couple if we
yeah.
were, we are kind of like a couple.
We are
not like
sort of
that kind of couple.
Look at that little 5 o'clock shadows and everything. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We could be brothers.
What up, brother?
What up, bro?
But businesses. So we're also going to be doing Yakima Eats, right? Or Yakima Grub Hub, I think we're going to decide to call her Yakima Grub. Basically finding all the awesome local eateries in town, wineries, the beer on tap. Yeah. We went to a really cool place this morning. Should we talk about it or should we wait till we go see them?
I think we should wait.
We should wait.
I think it should just be a good surprise.
It was really,
it was so good. It's just downtown. It is locally owned. Husband, wife, and there's a son-in-law who's a massive, awesome cook, awesome chef.
He's a chef. Yeah,
he is a
chef.
legit
Let's give that guy credit.
Chef.
It's like calling a guard.
Yeah.
The prison guards. We're not prison guards. We're correctional officers.
Yeah. It's like calling the police officer a freaking night security.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, excuse me.
Bart, what is his name? Bart from Mall Cop.
Oh, yeah.
Mall Police. But the food was so good. We went in there just on the fly. we were looking for a place to eat, and we were actually going to go to another place. What was the other place that we were going to go to? It was not too far down
We
the
were
street.
going to go to Second Street Grill.
Second Street Grill, which
Yeah.
is probably good too. I've never had
Yeah.
their food yet.
So just a little background is because Dan is new to Yakima. This is second week going on here. We're getting close to it, or we are.
We're midway through the third week.
Oh, third week. Okay, forgive me.
Today is what's today? Thursday.
It is.
I think today is already my fourth week. I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, either way, nonetheless, he's not from here, so he knows nada about Yakima Valley, and so we've been.
However, my girlfriend's from here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she is,
She is.
but you're not.
I'm not.
So you're a Yakima virgin.
Yakima virgin.
And so he don't know anything about any of the pubs, places to eat, drink, have fun,
That you
whatever.
like to eat.
Yeah. And I like to eat, and I like the local beers. So
But this place is really cool just because of the friendly behavior and how engaging they were. That's why I asked them. They've been open since before COVID,
mhm.
and the way they displayed their kindness, it almost seems like they opened up yesterday, and they're just happy to have somebody there. But they've been there for a
Yeah.
while now, so they've established themselves.
Well, heck, but just give them the name out.
I don't know the name.
Yeah.
Actually, they gave me a card, which I
They
don't
gave-
have on me.
Grab it.
Okay, let me find the card.
Go. I feel bad to you, but I don't. This is the first time I've ever been there. It is. Oh, we'll have this. It's right next door to Second Street, right before you get to it. But maybe somebody there. It wasn't crafted. Kidding. And Mike says he's from St. Louis. My buddy, he's from St. Louis. So here's their card. So
Oh, St. Louis. So what's his name? Mike.
Beer Den. That's where we went. Is the Beer Den. That's what we're talking about a little bit here.
Mike, there's an awesome podcaster. He says he's in St. Louis, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a guy out there. You might know him. Mike, are you familiar with Zach Babcock, Underdog Empowerment? He's got a massive podcast. He's like #1 on Google. Let me know if you've heard of him, Mike. Zach Babcock. I'm curious to see if he's heard of him. He's out in the St. Louis area, and he's doing big things, big things.
Yeah.
But this place was amazing. The food was amazing, but the atmosphere and the kindness. The chef came out. He made us like some special food. He brought out this peach cobbler, cinnamon sorbet that he made
It wasn't
from scratch?
Pear.
pear. That's what it was.
Pear.
Pear.
It was. You could taste it too.
It tastes like peach.
Oh.
To me, it tastes like a pear cobbler.
Yep.
If that's a thing.
Yep. Well, it was today.
Yeah.
It definitely tastes like. I mean, it was all homemade. This guy goes back there and just experiments all the time. We were sitting there enjoying our conversations, having a good lunch, a good beer, and he comes out with this new menu item. I'm not even going to spell it out but I can tell you one thing. It will be
Now-
a major hit.
Out of fairness, he didn't bring it out for us.
No, he did not.
He brought it. He brought out this dish that he's never made before,
Mhm.
and he was showing his mother-in-law. And from across the bar, I'm like, "What is that?" Because I
What
didn't
is
see
it?
it on the menu, and they started to show us. And then we found out they were the owners.
Yep.
I said, "Hey, we'd like to come in here and do like a behind the scenes and show you guys making like your go-to dishes." And
Yeah.
they were all about it. So then they were bringing us out some dessert. It's almost. You ever seen the episode of South Park where everybody is a critic?
Oh.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
I'm a food critic, and everybody goes to eat for free. And then every
Yeah.
time somebody, I'm a critic for Google, right?
And everybody's eating free.
I'm a Google reviewer, and the restaurants flip their shit. But I felt like that. That's why I wanted to make sure we paid for our food today.
Yeah, I'm a food critic, man. I'm a New York Times food critic. But yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I'm just saying, Mike. He goes. Here he goes. Since I'm familiar with him, live in the podcast space. So
Yeah, Mike, if you want to get he's actually a good friend of mine, Mike. So if you're interested in talking to Zach, let me know, because Zach used to be like this. Zach has had, oh my God, I can't think of the guy's name. He's had a lot of really, really like big famous names on his podcast. He doesn't pay for them. Zach is just brilliant at creating like a podcast network where he put together, he started doing like looks like funnel thing. And I thought it was like, oh, he's never going to go anywhere with this.
no,
Bro, he went from like a guy that, I remember he needed to borrow a few bucks from time to time to
Yeah.
he's bought a beautiful house in St. Louis. He has his own lake. He does this event every year where they do like a podcast convention where entrepreneurs go and
the Podcast Nation or
something like that.
Yeah.
And but Zach is a kind of down to earth, and he's like he's fucking raw. Like he doesn't hold back. If you don't like what he's got to say, go fuck yourself, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know. And I have a bit of a potty mouth sometimes.
It's cool.
You know,
it doesn't bother me.
Tony looks like I'm gonna catch on fire. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna burn, dude. I'm all good. But no, it's cool because just pitch it a little bit. But Kitten is actually
who?
Or not Kitten. Sorry, I was looking at Kitten when I said meant Mike right here. But him and I had like almost a 2-hour podcast one day. It was just open mic.
Right.
So he jumped on and we were talking about it. But he does a lot of stuff.
What's his content like?
It goes all over. He does movies. Him and another guy, they just sit there.
Like reviews?
I'm talking about like whole Star Wars. They nerd out. I mean, forgive me, but he does. But
like, if you're a Star Wars
content.
fan, I think you take being called nerd as a compliment.
Yeah, there we go. And they talk about all types of different movies and content stuff. And then once that's done, he just moves on to another one.
Another topic.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's good stuff. It's fun, entertaining.
That's always been almost my problem. Is I have too many ideas, too many topics, and it's like they're all great. They're all almost every idea I ever have is amazing.
Just ask me.
But the problem is I'll get off topic because I have my mind is like a squirrel brain. I have so many things that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool for us to stay structured on business aspect, like interviewing local businesses. Because what do we call this? We called it Shop Local.
Yeah, Shop Local.
Which, you know, I guess because that was your idea. I wanted to put, what was I going to put? I was going to put local Yakima or Yakima something.
Yakima local.
But you said around here, everybody uses the term shop local.
Yeah, correct.
And shopping local is probably, you know, everybody wants to support local businesses or else you're going to be doing nothing but shopping at Walmart and eating at Applebee's if you're not careful.
Exactly. And you know, that's what the backbone of this whole city's on, right? Is entrepreneurs, no matter if they're small and nobody's even heard from them, somebody in the garage, right? All the way up to the big corporations that we have here. It's a lot of even the big money, some of the big money here. It's still family owned,
right?
Locally owned,
right? You
know, and that's how it all is. And like these Thursdays that we're gonna start doing, this is the first one. We just want to start promoting and getting some of the local business owners up on here and actually be on our podcast live. I mean, right on the spot. Let's just talk. Let's find out what you do. Tell us about you. You know, let's give you the 30-second elevator pitch. Let's find out what you're about and let's dig in. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for our business owners on Thursdays on our social media group to actually come on and put your plug, let people know who you are, instead of just posting something on Facebook that links to your Facebook page or links to your website.
Yeah,
let's have a conversation
more than just LinkedIn.
Yeah, man. People like to shop with people they know,
and like you just said, like come in and give your elevator pitch.
Yeah,
you know, part of because we're going to be starting we're also in the process of creating a workshop where it's going to be like a membership, and it'll probably be for a lot of people be free initially because there's not a big following.
Yeah.
But people that business owners, entrepreneurs, or anybody that has an artistic tie to the community, right? We get them in, we create a group of like-minded individuals. And you know, part of my background is public speaking and teaching how to engage. I've heard so many elevator pitches to where I want to claw my ears out, or I have no fucking idea what you do, what you sell, why I should think about you prior to, like, you know, Joe Blow. Getting people, teaching them how to give a presentation, how to be memorable, how to use body language, eye contact, confidence, you know, mannerisms, facial motions, body.
Powerful.
I think, you know, people that are interested in taking their business to the next level, we're going to have a mastermind group that we're putting together. That's probably not going to cost anything initially until we have some ground movement with it. It'd be a great time for people that don't necessarily, I'll tell you, everybody has the budget to invest into a mindset group or into a life coach. Everybody has the money to do it. If you own a business or you're starting a business and you don't think you can afford that, it's only because you haven't put the right amount of value into that.
Yep. And
that comes from not being self-aware of your ego. You think you already have all the answers, or you think just because, let's say you're an AC guy that you know everything there is about, you might be able to go rip apart an AC and put it back together again.
Yeah.
But I know nothing about ACs.
Nothing.
I could probably generate more business for your AC business than you could without ever touching SEO, just with how you talk to people. So if we can get people together and they can learn this, not just from us, but together, community as method, people up and people kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That should be our motto. Community as method, people up and people, one day at a time.
Good thing we have this on audio.
Good thing.
Good thing is recorded.
You heard it here first.
I heard her first. This is copyrighted. Just letting you know. 2023 March.
We will sue you
Yeah.
with our Google lawyer.
I hope we're Kitten's wanting right here. He's wanting to know what type of workshop. I hope we just answer
Click
that
on
a
him so
little
we
bit.
can see that comment.
Yeah, sure.
So the workshop, Kitten's the name?
Yeah, Kitten.
Kinton or
Kenton. Kitten.
Okay, I thought it was a kitten, like meow meow. Okay, so Kitten.
I'm
So-
sure it's not the first time you heard that.
I know it might be your accent too. You have a little bit of Texas drawl.
Kitten.
Tony Kitten.
Hi.
In my opinion, the mastermind group, the workshop is going to be the best way to put it is it's not going to be labeled to any specific foothold, or else
Yeah.
we're going to limit ourselves to the expansion of the mind.
Yeah.
But it's going to be helping business entrepreneurs break through. You know, we create this ceiling. And you're self-employed.
Yeah.
For the most part, you work
Correct.
for a corporation, but your paycheck is based on your performance.
Correct.
Your paycheck isn't based on you clocking in and clocking out.
100%.
And there's nothing wrong with the guy that gets paid to clock in and clock out. We need those people are just as important. They're a cog in the wheel, just like the guy
Yeah.
that's making the
They help us
business.
grow.
Yes. But my thought on the mastermind group is get people here and treat them as if they're just as important to what they have to say, because you never know who you're going to learn from. You know, I could have a master's degree in something, and a homeless man could say something that the wisdom hits you in the face. So when you shut down your ears and your mind to people that you see as beneath you, you're really limiting yourself to what you can learn and what you can grow. And when I talk to people that are doing well in life, that make money, there was a point where you ask them, if you ask them back in the day, like, have you ever made $10,000? Have you ever made $20,000? Have you ever made $100,000 in a month? And when they say no, not only are they saying no, but they're also, it's unfathomable. It's like an impossibility to them.
Right.
Which creates this ceiling to where, because they don't think it's possible, they don't really push. But as soon as you do it once, like when you had your first $10,000 month, it's like, fuck, I just made $10,000. And now when you do it, it's like, it's you know, it's not bragging. It's not, because really $10,000 a month is not what it used to be.
No, it's not.
And teaching people how to be able to achieve that, how to manage that, things you can do. Because when you talk about, and Tony, feel free to steal the mic in a moment.
No, that's all right.
I'm on like couple five.
You're on a roll. I'm not going to stop you right now.
And I'll use I statements. I'm referring to myself.
Okay.
Almost everything I've ever done has failed until I hit like my mid 30s. Every business I started, I always worked on, where'd that business card go? My concept would be like, let me make the best business card. Let me find the catchiest name for my website. Let me find the best color scheme. Let me decorate my office. Let me get the cool chairs, because all that stuff is easy to think about. But then once you have all that surrounded, then you got to go, where's my client going to come from?
Yeah.
Then you start running into brick walls. You think, well, I'm going to go advertise on Google. And if you got a business like a car dealership or a dentist or a real estate agent, if you go advertise on Google, you can go broke almost overnight.
Easily.
You know, a lead could cost you a couple $100s for one lead.
Yep. And there's no guarantee you're even close.
Zero guarantee that's going to close. As a matter of fact, there's a better guarantee that it's not going to close than it is going to close.
Yeah.
Because I've never met a sales guy that closes 100%. Never.
Zero.
So
they don't exist.
You know, in most industries, if you're closing 10, 15, 20%, you're doing pretty good. But the problem is like, to generate that, if your average lead cost, let's say it's $50 a lead. If you need 10 leads and you're closing 10%, 1 out of 10, that's 10 times 50. You know, that's $500.
Yeah.
So that's a $500 spend right there to potentially get one deal that you're going to close. Now, what does your pipeline look like? How are you managing your leads?
Yeah.
Tony, if you get, let's say you get 5 leads a week. Let's say the dealership gives you 5 leads a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to manage 5 leads. But now next week
100%.
they give you another 5 leads.
Mhm.
And the next week they give you another 5 leads off of that.
Right.
Now, they're not going to come to you and say, hey, Tony, how are those 5 leads that I just gave you this week? They're going to say, hey, how about the other 30 leads I gave you? Are you following up with those?
100%. Like just a background of that minute for real numbers, the average car sales, or I should say marketing person, they're going to get about 100 leads a month. The max that somebody can work is about 100 to 150, because now you're still going back to the month prior.
Right.
They're stacking.
Right.
As you're moving forward, they keep on
Compounds.
compounds and compounds and compounds. So what a lot of these businesses have to know themselves is, if they can't do it themselves, they need to find somebody else who can do
Right.
some of this work, and they need to know what their closing rate is. Yeah, I can give you all the leads in the world,
Right.
but what is your closing
What's your
rate?
closing rate? And what are the
Yeah.
tools that you're using? Back to Patton's question,
Mhm.
CRMs, client relation management tools. So we use one I have another business where, because I generate my other business, my consulting business on the prison side, I generate an average of 7 to 10 leads per week.
Mhm.
And I have it go into a CRM. So when somebody goes on my website and they fill out a little web form, that has it talks with another program and it generates the lead. Now I follow up with those leads. Obviously, when a lead comes in day one, it's a hot lead. You want to stop what you're doing and call that lead the minute it comes in.
Yeah.
But day 2, day 3, day 4, day 20, you don't give up on that lead. But if you don't have a system in place, it's out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, for sure.
And if you're running around with a bunch of fucking sticky notes or a notepad, or even if you're in your computer tracking emails, most people are not that overly organized.
No,
You
remember the old days when they had Rolodex.
Rolodexes.
They're, and I know several salespeople in the past. They're masters of their Rolodex. Oh, I got a Rolodex, or I got a binder with everything else. Okay, so you're telling me, hey, tell me about 7 months ago whose birthday it is. When's their birthday to come up? Are you magic and that card just comes up and say, hey, it's my birthday? Just stuff like that. I'm just saying.
And it's the learning curve, because then when you, like, somebody listening to this right now go, oh, that's a great idea, I need a CRM. Probably is a good chance. We don't have a lot of people watching this right now, but if there was 20 people in the room watching right now, there's a good chance that somebody would go, oh, that's a great idea. They're going to go online and Google CRM.
Yeah.
And of course, the bigger CRM companies who pay for advertising and ranking,
Yeah. Sponsored ads.
there's a big one. I can't, it's for some reason it's eluding my mind right now.
Yeah. Like Hootsuite. They have
I'm talking what's the number, Google number 1 CRM, Tony.
Google knows you want. Salesforce is one.
Salesforce. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of.
Nope.
So Salesforce, somebody's like, oh, Salesforce, that would work perfectly. Okay. It's going to cost you about $3,000 to set up. There's going to be, depending on if it's just you're probably going to spend $200 or $300 a month, and then integrating it, getting it, then you got to go in and set it up. Chances are a new business, a smaller business, or a business that's not used to understanding how much value that brings, they might not see the benefit to that cost, even though the benefit's there.
Yeah.
They just don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
So there's other ones out there
You should
that,
grow with your company.
but you have to know how to grow with your company.
100%.
Because if you go the opposite, if I try to put up all these walls and a ceiling and I put the lights in, but then I forgot about the foundation.
Yeah.
I got cracks,
It's
windows are
all gonna
breaking,
collapse.
before you know it, you're living in a glass house.
Yeah.
So helping people know how to navigate this, I think if you talk about business coaches like Lacey, who we had in here last week,
Mhm.
great interview. I can't wait to put that out. You've seen part of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Amazing interview with Lacey Nelson, I believe her name was.
Mhm.
I'm so bad with names, but
Me too.
because Lacey was memorable. Not only is she
So memorable. You remember the last name?
I did, and she's a joy to be around. She was just such an upbeat personality, and she knew so much of her industry. So shout out to Lacey, and because she's part of. You guys should go follow Lacey if you need some business advice. I'm sure
She's incredible.
if you mention, hey, Lacey, Dan and Tony from Wise Media Group referred me to talk to you, I'm sure she'd give you 5 minutes of her time. And if not, Lacey, I apologize. I'm going to the bus. But you can learn some fundamentals of where you can start based on your budget. You
Yeah.
don't need to go the $1 million route day one.
No. Don't let items be more than your pocketbook, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Is you're going to run out of money real quick.
Yep.
There's a million different companies selling a million different widgets.
Snake oil salesman out there. I'll
There's
do your
tons of
SEO. I'll do
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
and they're outsourcing into India.
Yeah.
Now you do a lot of SEO campaigns and
Tons.
website creation for individuals.
Yep.
And dealing with somebody local, not only are you giving back to your community, but if Tony screws me over on a website, I know where he is. I don't get a passport and fly to another country or continent to go find you.
For sure. Yeah. Yep. And then like a lot of my customers, I have longevity. Over 7 years is my longest one. So, and I think in my entire time I've been doing this, I only lost one. Right. And he just went because of finances. But anyway.
And even if it was because he went because not everybody's a marriage. Not everybody. No. I have clients, and I'm sure you do too, clients that like they say they want to do all of these things to advance.
Yeah.
But then they don't put in the work of what's necessary to do it.
100%.
I am not able to work harder on your business. I can't invest more of my time than if I'm going to do all the investing of my time and you're paying me to do this, and I come to you and Tony say, all right, Tony, I did what you asked me to do. I've got this created. Review it. And what do you think? It looks fine. Well, so you want me to go with this? Yeah, it looks great, Dan. And we go with it. And 6 months later, Dan, I'm not getting any business. This was wrong. I'm like, well, this is what we went over.
Yeah.
And the problem is most business owners that are new, until you've gone through all of the channels of, why does this, like you turn on a light switch, I know it works because I see it work, but to explain how it works, the only way to do it, you reverse engineer it, you go through it, you rip it apart, and you get to understand it. So if you've got employees or 1099 employees or self-contractors, whatever you got out there, or vendors that you're dealing with, you need to know how to hold them accountable. And just because I have a flashy website and say I can do all of these things, how do you know I can do these things? I might have some fake ass Google review on there, and the Google review says, Tony, great job, does all time. Highly recommend. Call Tony, he good. Like, you're like, man, who wrote that?
And they're all like that.
They're all like that. They're Fiverr. Fiverr's a great tool. Fiverr for anybody wondering right now.
Yeah.
If you're looking for somebody to make your business cards, if you're looking for a script, if you're looking for, when I say website design, now Tony's who you want to call, but if you're looking just to get your feet wet and you need like a basic skeleton of your website, you can go to like Fiverr or Upwork, and you can spend maybe $100, $200, and you can get a shell built.
Yeah.
And then you bring something like that to Tony, because now you've knocked off some of the cost, as long as you're doing it on a WordPress website, something that Tony can log into. Now, if it's built on some like self-owned Indian website, you're kind of fucked. But if you do it the right way, now Tony can come in, take control of the cPanel, and he can take it to the next step. So it's all going to be relative to what you can afford. And being a part of the mastermind group that Tony and I are putting together with Wise Media Group and Talk Yakima, not Yakima Talk.
SEO dealers, yeah.
By putting this mastermind group together, you're going to get to showcase what it is that you do to like-minded individuals who, you look at the spider effect, Tony is part of a networking group, who's part of a networking group, who's part of a networking group. So you get that trickle effect of benefiting from all of the wisdom that other people know. Yeah. Right?
We're going to go to a networking group here. I don't even know what time it is right now.
It's 3:40. It's a 5 o'clock, right?
Time. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time.
That's because we're in the coolest office building.
We are the coolest. Where are we at? The Larson building.
The Larson building.
What floor?
Ninth floor.
But the view out here is still incredible, man.
It's
unbelievable.
We're gonna do some nighttime podcasting, so we can have some extra cameras running out, and then we can hit the switcher and show you guys the view at night.
Oh yeah, and then different seasons and stuff that goes on downtown city. Downtown Yakima. That's gonna be pretty cool too.
I haven't been here through one.
I know.
I'm so excited.
I know.
My last winter in Washington was in Spokane.
Oh. That's pretty close.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing cool shit like this in Spokane. I mean, I always do cool things, but I wasn't doing cool stuff like that.
Right.
I was fresh out of prison when I was in Spokane.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I was kind of tethered.
How long were you there?
Spokane, I got there, we'll call it 2016, so it was like October 15. I was in a federal halfway house from the end of 2000 for 11 months. So from the end of 2015 to a little past mid 16. And then they untethered me, where I was no longer strapped to an ankle monitor, no longer on probation. I was able to spread my wings a little bit, and I launched my consulting business, my prison consulting business, and it took off, thank God. And then I shortly after that moved back to Florida. started doing my YouTube thing, just kind of talking about my own content on YouTube. And I love hearing myself and seeing myself talk so much, as your audience can probably tell right now.
That's all good, man.
I thought, hey, let's open up a studio, because I needed an office anyway to kind of
Do your
because
consulting,
working from home
right.
is tough, man. Working from home, there's no boundary. Like, I can go take a break and eat a slice of pizza and watch TV, and I don't have to get dressed in the morning. And there comes a level of professional feeling when you get up, take your shower, shave, put on your work clothes, and walk out the door.
Yeah. And no distractions either, because I mean, I've worked at my home office, and it's just like the wife will come downstairs and she'll say, hey, have you done the dishes? Or, hey, can you let the dogs out? Or, how do I look? Or whatever.
And you want to say, babe, would you call me if I was at work right now and ask me if I did the dishes? No.
She probably
She
would. She probably would.
Amanda, right?
Yeah.
Amanda, did he do the dishes? It's just, it gives a different level. You feel that, even if you're going to work from home, my advice is, if you're working from home and you feel a little bit stuck right now when you work from home, do your dishes before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Make your bed when you get up.
Yep.
Take a shower, shave, put on work clothes. When I say work clothes, get dressed, presentable, as if you were going to walk out the door. And then treat it, if you have a separate room in your house or your apartment or your hovel, wherever you live, treat it as if it's your office. Don't just
don't turn the TV on.
Don't turn the TV on.
No way. Keep that TV off, and no Netflix, no phone video games. No, I know you can't turn this off, because usually most people work from home, and that's their business.
Right.
But try to keep this distractions to a minimum, man. It's hard to do. It really is.
It's because you don't, if you think you need a manager or a supervisor overseeing you, working from home is probably, because you might, if you think you can get away with it, you might get away with it. I always relate it to dog poop.
Yeah.
Dog poop. If you live in a community where it's required to pick up after your dog, if you're walking your dog and your dog drops a nice deuce on the lawn and people are watching, you're going to go pick it up.
Yeah.
If it's at 2 a.m, your dog takes a nice deuce on the lawn, you might look around.
Anybody watching?
And if nobody's looking, you might keep going. So ask yourself, do I pick up the shit when no one's looking? And if you don't, start doing it, because that creates a better behavior pattern,
better habits,
and it's gonna spill over into your love life, your work life, your professional life, everything.
Yep. And it's just like now I forgot what I was to say, but you said it just a little while ago, and I don't even know where I was going to go with it. I was going to say something, and it just went south all of a
It's
sudden.
because I don't ever stop talking.
I know, man. It's just like, man,
we got to give Tony the mute button.
Hey, you need oxygen tanks in here.
You
need to take a breath here and there, dude.
It's the coffee, bro. People are like, Tony, are you sure you didn't get involved with the drug addict that's on all kinds of...
Oh, wait, let me post that up, because it's right there. Oh, wait, no. No.
You know what it is I get so overly excited sometimes.
I know what I'm going to say. Hold on.
Oh, go ahead, Tony.
Before I lose it. But you're talking about picking up the dog shit and stuff like that, and working at home. The number one thing, back to the business thing, is that you need a mentor. If you're going to work from home, actually work from home and be self-employed, no employees, it's just you in the world, right? You need a mentor, even more so than somebody who has a multi-billion-dollar company or 100,000, profitable company, because I believe that you're not going to have somebody who's going to push you. You're going to see those distractions more so than the other. I honestly don't know very many profitable, successful work from home entrepreneurs. Now, there are some, I know, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people have to have, those mentors to help them. Hey, how's it going today? What's your agenda? What are you going to do? Who are you calling? Somebody needs to push you. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. And I think a mentor comes in different shapes and sizes. Because again, not everybody is in a position to where maybe they can afford a mentor or a life coach, but there are gurus out there that if you follow them, and the original, like Tony Robbins, Timothy Ferriss, Les Brown, these are individuals that are so good at what they do that what they say applies to most of us. and you can start to create principles based on others. You don't have to be so original and create your own.
No.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
No.
Once the wheel's rolling and you got it going where you want to go, you can now start, modifying it and making it your own. We tell people that when it comes to like when we're creating pitches and sales scripts, stick to the script. And once you've mastered the script, I don't mind if you deviate, but if the beginning of the script covers A through Z, the middle of the script covers A through Z, and the end of the script covers A through Z, all those key points need to be covered. I don't care how you do it, but don't come in here day one and go, I'm going to rewrite the script. Master what I've given you first, or what the company's provided for you.
Yeah.
And then take it to the next step. But you got to crawl before you walk before you run, run before you jump. You just got to do those things.
Yeah. Even though, and I know because I ran BDCs, business development centers, and all that other stuff. And it's 100% what you just said, because everybody has to have scripts on whatever type of call they're going to make or email that they're going to do. There is a script to follow. And the reason why is because these have been tried over and over and they work. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but like Grant Cardone.
Oh, love him.
So you have Grant.
He was on Zach Babcock out of where your buddy lives, had Grant Cardone on his podcast.
Yeah, Grant Cardone's awesome. I met him in person up in Bellevue years ago and stuff like that. But anyway, it's just like he gives you scripts. You follow the scripts. And the reason why is because they're built for success. And they may be in a language and format you're uncomfortable with because you're not used to talking that certain way.
Right.
But you will learn that the more times you do it, the more comfortable you get doing at it, you'll start seeing these results work. And 9 times out of 10, most of the time you're not going to change the script besides very minute.
Right.
And then it's still going to come true. That's how millionaires become millionaires. People become rich. It's because even Grant Cardone followed his own scripts.
I forgot who Grant Cardone said, but even he's got a mentor that he, when you think you become Yoda, and you have nowhere else to go, you're going to fall flat on your face, because at some point your ego has become so engulfed that you think you have nothing left to learn. And unless you're Buddha and you live in a world where you don't have possessions, where connections mean nothing if it's not adding value to your life, if you do things based on impulse behaviors, if you do it based on your ego. And business owners sometimes are the toughest ones to talk to about this, because when you tell them they might be doing something wrong, and maybe you shouldn't say you're doing it wrong, you find a better way to work the situation. They
do better.
They feel, who are you to tell me anything? So you have to find a way people have to be wanting to work with you. That's why doing what we're doing right now, creating a mastermind group, it's very unlikely anybody's going to join a mastermind group because they think they're already, a Michael Jordan of their industry.
Yeah.
If you feel you have room for growth and you want to expand and you want to meet, it's awesome just for networking.
For sure.
You go to a family reunion and you sit around a table talking to a bunch of people who don't talk the same lingo as you, or they just want to talk about sports, or they want to talk about, mundane stuff that really adds no value.
Right.
I have family members and friends that associates that when they talk, I feel like every time they open their mouth, the book is jumping off the shelf and committing suicide. So I want to talk to people that are gonna challenge my thoughts.
Yeah.
Because I know I can be overwhelmed. I can be, especially when you throw some caffeine at me.
Yeah. And I like to learn too, because you're going to learn from your other people as well. Just because you have a mastermind or you're put on a mastermind doesn't mean that the mastermind is going to learn also.
And we're not the mastermind.
No.
That's the thing.
No, we're not.
We're starting a group.
Yeah.
Because nobody else has the group yet.
Right.
But really what we're looking for is all to be.
Where did we go here? 1 sec. Okay, I was just making sure and checking things out.
Are we good?
But we're still good. We're still good.
What's our time? How long have we been going? Top left.
We've been going on almost 45 minutes.
Okay. So we're going to get like another 90 seconds.
Yeah. So let's re-pitch what actually we were even here today. So what we're going to start doing is every Thursday on the Talk Yakima community group. It's only going to be in the Talk community group. Every Thursday we allow businesses to post to self-promote their business, because we want to do, shop local. And part of Talk Yakima, we're a Yakima community, so we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to let people know what they do. We want to see them succeed. And so on Thursdays, we're going to start pulling these people from who post on the Talk Yakima community, and we're going to bring them in, and we want to learn about their business. We want them to actually jump on board with us and talk live, so other guests can actually see them too. And then even maybe make arrangements where they can even come in here. We can do a little podcast with them.
That would be fun.
Cool.
Because it's local. They can
It's all local, man. You just drive downtown, and where are we again?
where we go.
Yeah.
The Larson building,
What floor?
the 9th floor.
All right. So, I mean, you can get a hold of us. You're going to be able to get a hold of us on Facebook. You can always get a hold of us there. And all of our contact is there. That'll be the next thing we need. We need to put like a phone number or something up there on that slide.
Well, I'm creating. I already
yeah.
started it when you and I were. I'm creating a Jot form for anybody that's interested in the mastermind group. And guys, I got to stress it because everybody's like, "What's the catch? What's the angle?"
Yeah.
The mastermind group for at least the foreseen future. I don't know how Tony feels about this, but I can't validate putting a price on it yet, because there's not enough value in it. I want to get people in the group for at least the first 30 days, 60 days. And then from there, we can create like a membership price for others to come on board. And anybody that becomes a member of it initially,
grandfathered in,
or at the very
Or
least, there's going to
discount.
be a huge discount from what the cost will be. You know,
beta. You're here for the beta.
the beta, but we're all alphas,
And we're all us.
but we got to drive the beta car to get
We do.
to get to alpha land.
Yep.
I just made that up.
That sounds good, man. I like it.
Oh, you know, we got to do that again. You did it right. I did it wrong. You're not allowed to fist bump with your left hand. Did you know that?
Really?
I mean, of course you're allowed.
Well,
'cause-
then I better do this hand because that was my left.
no, that's your right, Tony.
Oh yeah, I'm watching you.
I got
Never
you.
mind. It's reversed.
Tony, the man in the
I'm
mirror.
looking at you.
Yeah, so I learned this in prison from a Muslim guy. I was he had already done like 20 years. I'd walk by him and I thought he just wouldn't fist bump me because I was white. You know, he was a black
Yeah.
Muslim because there's different Muslims.
Right.
And finally one day he's like, "Yo, Wise, come here." And he brought me in. I thought, I was like, "Oh my God, no, this is Adam BC from the TV show Oz is about to have his way with me." He was like, "You know, you seem like you're good doing stuff. Your left hand is your dirty hand. It's the hand that you wipe yourself with. It's the hand that you pleasure yourself with. It's the hand you eat with. I'm sorry, it's not the hand you eat with. Your right hand is saved for cleanliness. So they got this weird respect thing where you only bump with the right hand or shake hands only with the right hand. Now I guess if you're
'Cause it's
like,
plain.
I guess if you only have one hand, you get a pass.
Elbow.
So if
Elbow?
you're like the one-armed bandit, you can definitely do one hand. But I thought that was a cool little
Yeah, it is.
bit of like
Info.
info.
Yeah.
So the Jot form will be ready probably today, tomorrow. I'll send it over to Tony. Tony, because I mean I'm on the group too, but Tony's on all the groups, so we can share that. And if you're interested in becoming a early member for free, fill out the Jot form, and if you check the boxes, meaning you got to bring value. You know, your business
For sure.
can't be something that is scandalous or shady.
Yeah.
I think I want
We're
to stay
gonna
away
pick
even
it-
from like pyramid scheme, not schemes, but like
We don't want multi-level marketing. Put it that way.
right. Unless you have something that's really, really, really unique, and it would have to be kind of reviewed.
Like starting your own.
Starting your own or something, because from what I've seen, most multi-level marketing,
Yeah.
it's more about signing up people than it is any product or service they have.
100%. It's
But
your
there are-
downstream.
There are, yes, it's your downline, your downstream, but there
Downline,
are
whatever,
a few
yeah.
that I've seen that have really good products too, or
Yeah.
good services that you could benefit from, like
Mhm.
Legal Shield and things like that.
Yeah.
Those are multi-level, but they also have a valuable service.
Yeah. And yeah, just staying away from
Scams.
scams. And we'll choose. You'll fill out the form, and then we'll read it over, and then if you're selected or we want further questions, we'll get a hold of you
Awesome.
and reach out.
Take
Sounds
us out,
good?
Tony. Yeah, I think that's all we got to say.
So anyway, yeah. So this is Tony White with Talk Yakima, and
Dan Wise.
so we'll check you out next Thursday.
Are we going to make our catchphrase? See you next time. People up and people, communities method, one day at a time. I like
Say that again because I don't get.
All right, here we
I
go.
can't
Here we
say it.
go.
Ready? Go.
Guys, we're going to see you next time. And I'm Dan Wise with Tony White. This is People Up and People, communities method, one day at a time. See you next time, everybody. All right. Go ahead and end
All
that
right.
broadcast, Tony.
Peace out.
All right.